What's up, Yins? This week on Car Dad Bill, we have a 2025 Mazda CX-70 Turbo S Premium Plus all-wheel drive. Another mouthful name for a car, but this Mazda CX-70 is all new. It's huge inside. It's got great styling, great color, great interior, lots of comfort, all kinds of stuff in it. Let's go for a drive. All right, guys, first impressions of the CX-70 are premium. I know it's the Premium Plus model, but it is premium. It looks premium, it feels premium, it acts premium, all that stuff. Now, keep in mind that Mazda kind of shifted their manufacturing and their product line from CX-5, CX-7, CX-9. Now it's CX-50, 70, and 90, and they are amazing vehicles in their own right. The 50 is a little bit smaller. It's a smaller five-seater, a little bit more off-road, rugged, kind of wider, taller, has more wheel travel. Then you come to this one, the 70. It's still a five-seater, has huge cargo space in the back. I'll show you later. And then there's the CX-90, which is their third row, multiple passenger, 6, 7, 8 passenger seating. Well, not 8 passenger, but you know what I mean. More seating for people. So getting into this CX-70 right away and taking a first spin, the first thing I noticed was the power that you get from the inline 6. The steering is super direct. All of the materials inside this interior are extremely premium and top-notch. The fit and finish and the make quality of this interior and of the vehicle in general is really top-notch and on another level. Mazda's always been a reliable, comfortable, and well-made vehicle. Let's get that out there in the open. But the newest ones, these 25 model year new models, are just a step above that. And I applaud Mazda for all they're doing. They're doing a great job. Let's get to the full review. All right, guys, sitting outside, the Mazda CX-70 in the soul red paint job that Mazda's always come in. And look at these lights. Look at the front end. Look at the stance. Look where the wheels are placed. All that stuff. The wheel design itself is really nice too. But just the proportions of this vehicle, I love the double arch on the wheel wells. The front, straight down waterfall design, aggressive front end. I love how 3D and intricate this is. It's sculpted real nice. The turn signals, the LED lights are super bright. The Mazda front end, very large and in your face. But really, the talk of this one is just how smooth that overall design is. How smooth that overall shape is. Super duper clean. Really well done. Love the lighting in the back, how it wraps around. The turn signals flash. It's like a delayed flash on the turn signals. Super clean design. There's also dual exhaust pipes back there. You can't see them. They're tucked way up underneath. Really nice in the mornings. You can see that exhaust coming out. But I love the taillight design and the turn signals, how they flash. And just the overall stance of the vehicle. It's a really, really aggressive, elegant style. Let's go inside and take a look. Hey, Yins, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. There's a ton of cool cars coming out in the next few years. I want to be able to bring that to you guys, show you the inside look, get them on the road, and tell you what I think of them from a dad, father, coach, husband, all that perspective. I want to get out there and get you guys into these vehicles. Subscribe if you can. Thank you. All right, guys, inside the Mazda CX-70, and what can you say about an interior that looks like this? I mean, look at that suede up on the dash. This is all suede. Down here, your HVAC controls, dedicated HVAC controls, your wireless charging spot up front here. The gear selector, the MI drive, the cup holders, you can cover up so it's clean clean console. Your navigation and all that system is all controlled right here. It goes up there, and that's also touchscreen. The steering wheel, two-tone steering wheel, the leather wrapped with the Napa leather. The center, premium finishes. Look at these accents all the way around. Digital display here in the center. It shows all of the stuff that you need to know about in the center console. Down below here is your parking assist, some of your driving controls, your iStop, which we'll talk about in a little bit, your settings for your seats and your trunk as well, and just the wrapped steering wheel, or the wrapped leather stitching all through the car. Another suede insert on the door, wood grain on the top, the elegant door handles. I mean, it just goes on and on. It's just such a well-made interior, such a well-made car, that it's just very, very clean and designed well. Looks good. Let's jump in the back real quick. Checking out the back, same thing. Clean design, suede on the doors, unbelievable wood grain, big back seat. These seats recline as well, so they move forward and backward as you would need. They also slide forward. Oh, I can't do it with one hand, but they slide forward and backward. There's a little latch right underneath there. Let's go to the back, take a look at the back. Underneath the logo is the button, opens the trunk. Massive, massive rear area. Lots and lots of storage in here. I'm talking 3 or 4 hockey bags easily in here, golf clubs galore. You can cover it with the cover if you want. You have the ability to move the seats down with buttons over here, tie down straps, lights, charging areas over here, plug, and then you have your regular outlet for your chargers. Areas to hold things, cup holders back here. But there's no seats back here. You have this storage container, and then you have another storage container underneath that for even more small things. Corners have storage. It's just a big area. Really good luggage container. Let's go for a ride. One thing I do like about this digital dash, even though it's digital and everything's there, when you hit the cruise control button, it changes it to that. And that shows you what lane you're in, what's in front of you, what's beside you on either side. So when you're driving down the road and there's a car in front of you, it shows up here in front of you. And if there's a car in this lane, if you're in the right lane, it shows those cars in real time as well. It doesn't, however, like I'm hitting the brake pedal right now and the lights aren't coming on the example of the car there, which is fine, but I like being able to see that. And I love how it changes. So like you're driving through a tunnel and like all these graphics. It just looks really nice. And like I said, it's showing you the cars around you while you're driving. Pretty neat stuff. All right, guys, sitting at the car wash. Before we go out on the road, I want to go over the facts and figures real quick. 2025 Mazda CX-70 Turbo S Premium Plus all-wheel drive. It's in the soul red metallic color and has tan leather interior, as you can see. 3.3 liter inline turbo, 340 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, lots of power, plenty of power on tap for whatever you need to do. It's got the M hybrid boost, made it to an 8-speed automatic. So all of that stuff works well together. It has the iStop while you're driving. I'm going to go over that and the good and bad stuff. It drives me crazy. Not one of my favorite things. 21-inch wheels, 5,000-pound towing capability, lots of safety and tech features, security features. Mazda averages 25 miles per gallon. I am actually getting 27.2. That's a long road trip to a hockey tournament and back on the highway, 70, 75, 77 miles an hour most of the time. I hit 80 a few times. Driving around town here before we left and driving around town before the car goes back, it's averaging 27.2. I think that that's a great figure for a vehicle this size with a 3.3 liter inline six turbo. I think that's a great figure for this type of vehicle. Lastly, the MSRP as tested on this is $57,920. It's not 60 grand. You can probably option it down a little bit to get it closer to 50K, and that makes it a steal in my mind. 5-seater, lots of cargo space, all-wheel drive, premium plus interior, premium plus all over. LEDs all around the car, turn signals, headlights, taillights, everything. Adaptive cruise control. It has driver assist cruise control, so you don't have to, steer as much. I'm mixed on that stuff. You guys know that. Drive the vehicle. Adaptive cruise control and blind spot monitoring is really all you need when you're driving. It helps you. It makes you a better driver overall. Heated steering wheel, heated and cooled seats, all this stuff in this vehicle. It's a really good buy. I really like it. Let's get on the road and talk about it. All right, guys, the good and bad list on the Mazda CX-70. And let's start with the bad. I know we start with the bad a lot, but I don't feel like there's a ton of bad with these new vehicles that are coming out. So let's start there. The safety features, they're super intrusive, and the eye stop while you're driving. I know why it's there. It's there to help with fuel mileage. It's there because you don't need the motor on, I guess, when you're going down long hills or whatever. But I don't know if you watch the RPMs drop off while you're driving, and it's unsettling. It's like there's too much off and on a lot of vehicles these days, let alone this one, and that has to wreak havoc on the mechanics of the motor and starter and all of that stuff. Maybe not. I'm not an engineer. They obviously do it for a reason, right? But like, there's just so much off and on and things going on while you're driving. It's kind of crazy. And the safety features, I am okay with the car reminding me if I'm getting close to the line sometimes. I'm okay with the car pre-collision warning, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alerts, emergency braking assist, stuff like that helps you be a better driver, and it helps aid and assist into your own reflexes, right? That's the idea. But some of these cars are just over the top with their emergency safety systems. They're just over the top. This one in particular, when you're driving on the highway and you come to a construction zone and the lines on the road are not actually the lines that you're going to be following because you have to go around something or they have cones in place and they're pushing you to another location, you have to move the vehicle over. And you're not necessarily going to signal every time because you're going into your own lane. You're not leaving a lane. And that's an example from driving this week where I veer over a line because I'm going into a new lane that's for me where I'm at already, but it's in a construction zone. And this car fights you to stay in the lane that it thinks you need to be in. I don't like that stuff. You have to two-hand the wheel and fight it to keep it in lane, and that's not helping. And I know there's going to be a million scenarios on roads all over the United States, all over the world, where cars are going to be fighting drivers, and we hear it all the time with the autonomous driving, with some of these electric cars and all that. But it's in everything that has these safety features, and I know there's safety features, but it's not helping, is what I'm trying to say. So that's the bad of this car. There's a lot of that stuff going on in here. A lot of it's good. A lot of it helps. But at the same time, there's some stuff that just jumps in there and it's like, what are you doing? The good list. The good list is kind of long because this is a sweet ride. Mazda did it well when they did this, and I want to applaud them for all they did. First couple things, the power and the handling. I drove this on an extended road trip. I drove it around town a lot. It's got perfect amount of power. 369 pound-feet of torque is a good amount of torque. You don't need a whole lot more than that ever, like in any vehicle. So you have it in this, and it's smooth. The 8-speed is smooth. It's just enough gears. It's not in the wrong gear. It always seems to be in the power band. And you have that M hybrid boost that helps as well. Comfort, MPG, and styling. All of those things are clutch. It's comfortable inside. My kids loved the back seat when we were driving. My wife said the front seat was okay. She didn't say it was great. I don't have any problem with the driver's seat. I felt like it was comfortable. Not a lot of side bolster support, but it's not an athletic supercar either. You don't necessarily need all of that. The MPG, 27 miles per gallon. That's the CDB real MPG. I think that's really good. I think anything over 25 is a bonus, and 27 is that. The styling, size, and the premium feel are really my last, good things on my list. The styling outside, it's bigger, it's wider, it's more present on the road. It has more of a presence, as you're driving around. The size in the back is even better. You have a lot of storage room in the trunk for whatever you need to store. You have good rear seat room for passengers. The front, I mean, it's just a big vehicle inside and out. The styling, I love the headlights. I love the tail lights. I love the wheel design. I love all that stuff. It's all good stuff. And it's just a great road trip vehicle. That's kind of where I want to leave this review. Obviously, if you're going to be driving around town and you're going to be doing a lot of like short commuting and you have a family, this is a good vehicle for that. You're going to have that M hybrid support. The motor's going to stop in cases where it needs to. You're going to save some fuel. You're not going to be gassing it, flooring it on highway trips and all that stuff. But in general, if your commute is like 20 or 30 miles to wherever you need to go, morning and evening, this is a great vehicle. And if you're taking it on vacations with the family, it's another example of a great vehicle for that. It drives well. It has a great sound system. It's quiet inside. It's comfortable. It's got a premium feel to it, and you're not paying that premium price that you would be paying in other vehicles. It's just a good, well-rounded vehicle. I really, really like how they've really done this. Bravo to Mazda. That's Car Dad Bill this week. Real cars for real people for real life. I appreciate you guys watching this. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.